Hey guys, Tisha here, and we are back with another Sister Wives Season 6. One of the things that I want you all to keep in mind is that this is the graduation episode for both Leon and Aspen. Now, imagine that your child is graduating for the first time. Now, imagine that there's a certain part of the auditorium, gymnasium that you want to sit in, but your significant other has no desire to move and doesn't care whether or not that you get the photo op that you're looking for. Now imagine that you go back and forth and y'all are arguing and you start crying and it becomes an issue that really didn't have to be an issue. How do you think you should respond in this, and who was right, Mary or Cody? I want you all to keep that in mind because I'm interested in knowing your thoughts down below as we go through this episode. So we begin with all the moms, minus Janelle, planning out Aspen and Leon's graduation party. They want their input, but at this point, they're really making it about them more so than their children. They're telling their kids that they want them to have like a DJ and dancing and music. And the grads are like, no, that's not what we want. We much rather just go and hang out with friends. But since you guys want this, we're willing to do it, but please don't make a big to-do of it. Like, we don't want it to become a block party, because they use the word block party. And they're like, can we not use that word? They want to dance. They said, no, we don't want, to have scheduled dance time and all that stuff. We want this to happen naturally. I get it. They want not to seem like they're just little kids. They want to have more of a say-so. As they negotiate, the bird suggests that they have a fortune teller because she says they're going off to college, so they need to know their future. Even though she means this as a jokey thing, I'm wondering how this aligns with their religion, because I would think that this isn't something that your religion would approve of. If they got a problem with you not showing too much skin and not kissing before courtship and all these other things, I would think that they would have a problem with you going to a fortune teller. Just my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think. Christine admits that she did not get to have a party, so she is trying to live vicariously through the kids. She said that she didn't have a lot of friends in school. She was a loner, and after her graduation, she went home. That's kind of sad, but she's not the only person who didn't really do much after graduation. I don't even remember what I did after high school graduation. I think I hung out with friends. I don't even remember. I'm going to have to ask my best friend and see if he remembers, because I don't remember. Robin's mom threw her a party, but the only person from her school that went was her best friend because she was a polygamist. I don't really see what that matters, because we all know that it's not like her family lived in one house. They were living in different states. But Robin's going to do anything to push that narrative. The parents say that they want to do a slideshow, and Leon says, hell no. As Leon is saying this, Isabel walks in, and Aspen says, oh, poop emoji. Sorry, I had a pop-up on my computer. I don't know what that's about. If I cursed in front of my mother at that age, my mother would have killed me. If I cursed in front of my mother at my big age now, my mom would kill me. Well, she wouldn't kill me, but she would be uncomfortable. I wouldn't curse in front of my mother. My father? No, I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm lying. I've cursed in front of my father before. But the only time I cursed in front of my mother, you guys, this is TMI, was when I was giving birth. Because they kept telling me that I did not need to go to the bathroom. And I knew I needed to go to the bathroom. And I yelled and was like, you're not going to tell me that I don't have to poop emoji. Let me go to the damn bathroom. I'll never forget that. Anyways, let me get back to the subject at hand. Y'all, it's late. You know what happens when it's late. I get a little goofy. As they're talking about this, Cody's in confessional looking a little upset. He says that the kids got this from Logan. And the other moms are like, no, they didn't get it from Logan. They got it from school. That it's just something that they do. And Cody's like, it's something that they do to ruffle my feathers. We then hear about the cost of Leon's college. Once again, Cody seems annoyed with Mary because we know Mary is very much so trying to support their child as much as possible. He said that at this point, the only thing that Leon has is this one scholarship and everything's expensive. And he has no desire for Leon to get loans. So he wants to have a meeting with Dr. Guido to find out other potential scholarships that are out there. He says, even though Dr. Guido is pro-student loan, he still wants his opinion. Now, here's my thing. I don't think that anyone is pro-student loan. I do believe that some people just have an understanding that at some point, depending on what their financial contribution is, or how much money their family makes, or if they have the right amount of financial aid, or if they're given grants, or all the many things that come into play when it comes into funding. I think that some people just realize that they're going to have to take out a loan. It also depends on your educational path. Like some things cost more major-wise, degree-wise than others. Like if you want to become a doctor, that's going to be more to obtain becoming a doctor than it is to be like, let's say, a police officer. Like, let's be real here. He tells Cody that he needs him to stop pressuring the kids about finances. He says there is nothing wrong with student loans. One of the things that he wants Cody to remember is that a student loan has a lower interest rate than other, conventional loans. I will say this. I feel like one of the things that a lot of people don't do is they don't tell you the importance of making sure that you keep up with your student loan. Because like for me, I only had a student loan because I did 4.5 years of college. So my student loan was for my last semester of college. And best believe that when I got out of school, I was not worried about paying that student loan. I was forbearing it left and right, deferring it left and right. Like I had no desire. And what people don't realize is that interest accumulates. And even though it seems low, if you have, let's say, a $20,000 student loan and you're incurring $150 a month over however many years, it's gonna add up. Not that's what happened, but I've just seen that. So I get that he's saying like interest isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, if you're in college, thinking about college, all those other things, this is something else to consider when getting a loan. He says with med school, you're looking at between $150,000 to $250,000 at least. Of course, Cody then talks about how, with all these different things, that it's not even guaranteed that Leon or the other kid, Aspen, will have a job. But if Leon were to become a doctor and she was good, she would definitely get a job. It's the medical field. I feel like because Cody is so anti the whole loan thing, that he is forgetting the bigger perspective, which later on he kind of gets it, or so he says. Leon says that they understand that they will have loans and that they get what Cody is saying, but they still want to go to that school. Dr. Guido says the entire time that I've known you, you've known exactly what you wanted to do. You knew what school you wanted to go to. You know what profession you wanted to go to. Don't allow your fears about money change the trajectory of your path or to change what you want to do. In other words, don't let your father get in your head. Don't allow your father to make you second guess your desires. He said to the parents, which I thought was a very good point because I was thinking it. He said, fill out more forms, do more things, and get it done. He said, you got these homes, so you say, for their future. They need sometimes those loans for their future. And I said, that's a good way to put it. It was okay for Cody and them to go in debt to do this move that they wanted to do. It was okay to go into debt to include Robin and her 4 other children, and I'm including the baby in that, to the family, and to buy these expensive homes. But he's giving them such a hard time about them wanting to get loans for their education. This is the man that said he didn't have a problem being mortgage poor just to make sure that each home was beside each other. So why not be willing to take that step for your kids' education, which is basically what Dr. Guido was saying, and I like that. Christine says, we went into debt because we wanted these homes that were close to each other. You need to let them go into debt for their education. Cody admits to having changed his mindset since talking to Dr. Guido, and he feels like he just needs to look at it like they're doing this for their future, not just because they want to go to a particular school. It's graduation day. Aspen is excited and ready to be out of the house. Christine says Aspen runs the house and it's going to be a big transition not having her. And y'all wonder why this young lady is in no rush to have any children. They parentified these children, especially Aspen and Logan, so much that once it was time for them to go their ways, they went their ways. Even in building their families, they're taking their time. They're doing the things that they want to do in life before they're completely settling down. And I think that this may have something to do with it. Christine said that the other day while they were doing some errands, she asked McKelty and Peyton to, watch over the house. They were basically left in charge. And she came back to a chaotic household. That's not anything that she would have experienced with Aspen. Aspen would have made sure everything is okay. I'm not surprised by this. We all know McKelty was, beat to her own drum. We then have Mary and Mary's child. Mary's child is sad about leaving and being away from the family and their mom. They are scared and they hope that Mary will be okay without them. Mary presents them with a gift of pearls while tearing up. We find out that this used to be Mary's, and their child says that they love them. The kids take pictures. Then we see the family at the event space. They are having a whole discussion about what they're supposed to do with their cars and stuff. So they're outside talking about, so are we supposed to park here? Are we supposed to park there? You would think that this is their first time doing this. This graduation is at the same exact place that Logan had his graduation maybe a year or two ago. So why are they so confused about where to park the car? Where did you park them last time? They then have this whole thing about which way the kids are coming. So are they coming from this end of the stage or this side of the stage? Mary does not like the seats because she cannot see her child as they walk in. The easy solution for me when they were doing all this arguing back and forth would be for Mary to lead the family and go to wherever they desired to sit. Go to where you got to go so that you can take the picture. You can see your child walking in and then come back if you need to and sit with the other family members. But everything is an issue. She's tearing up and she's complaining to Cody that she can't see. He asked her, where do you want to go? Over there where you won't see at all? She responds and says, I won't see her at all here. Sorry about the her, you guys. I mean them. Y'all, these pronouns sometimes, when you keep seeing this child look a certain way and you're taking notes, you forget to correct it. So please understand, I mean no offense by saying that. In confessional, Cody says, I had 23 people saying, let's stay right here. And this is where I'm on the fence, because when it comes to the time for my child to graduate, I'm going to sit where I want to sit. And you're either going to sit with me or you're not. That goes for anybody. My mom, my dad, my siblings. Like, I don't know what to tell you all, but you have your ticket. Go wherever you desire. We don't have to be standing right next to each other. We can call his name from all ends of the arena for all I care. But I'm going to sit where I want to sit. Mary gets up, storms off like a child, and says, I want to see my child. I'm not going to see them at all. I did not agree with Mary doing this because I very much so felt like Mary was creating an unnecessary scene. All she had to do was like what I said and get up and move. You didn't have to listen and stay there. If they wanted to stay there, they could have stayed there. Christine sees all this going on, and Christine points out that there are seats on the other side that can probably fit all of them, and they'll be able to see what they want to see. So maybe we should move over there. And she tells Cody we might move over there. And he goes, we might move over there. She's like, we might move over there. Mary and Robin are checking it out. Even though he just heard Christine say, we might move over there, he said, we might or we are. This is the type of stuff that Cody does where he's being difficult just to be difficult. Mary had gotten on his nerves at this point, so he wanted to get on other people's nerves as well. He said all he needed to hear was, we found a better place, but Mary felt like she couldn't say that because she was under pressure. I don't know why Mary felt like this was a pressure thing, and I don't know why Cody wanted her to just say that. She wasn't sure if it was better or not, hence why her and Robin went to go check out the location. We then see Robin telling Cody that Mary is upset. We do not know if Mary asked Robin to speak for her. We do not know what was said before this moment. We just know that we see this exchange. Mary is holding Solomon and Robin is talking to Cody. No cameras or audio show how we got to this place. Cody then says to her, Mary is always playing this game. She turns this around and she gets you involved. Robin responds, I understand that, but it's because I want you to be the best you can be. She did not say whether or not Mary asked her to speak to him. Robin took it upon herself to do this, as Robin takes it upon herself to do often. We've seen Robin do it as recently as episode 18, where Robin feels like she can speak for Mary because she's a lot of people's mouthpiece. So just because she says that she wants to speak to you about Mary doesn't mean that Mary asked for this, which means you can't sit here and get mad at Mary because Robin is coming to you. It does not mean that Mary asked for the bird to get involved. It means that the bird saw Mary was upset and she went to Cody with it, as she often does. And even though in this instance, she may be appearing to be a helper to Mary, what she's actually doing is she's making the situation worse because Cody doesn't like it and the bird knows it. And the bird talks to him like a child and acts like she's so overly concerned. And this is how she's able to be seen as the peacekeeper and the mediator and all these other things that Cody has labeled her as. Whereas this is just a prime example of how easily she interjects herself into situations that she doesn't need to. The bird then says, I know you're better than this. This is her one child and you can be the hero today. What kind of pep talk is that? She lays it on thick. Do you hear me? Thick. She then tells him what to say. She says, let them know that you're here for the girls and you love them. When you go back in there, Cody, just let them know, you know, you're here for the girls and you love them. Okay? Okay, Cody? See how she's his mouthpiece? It was all this drama. And the other seats where Mary wanted to sit ended up being better than the ones that they were originally sitting in. As they call Leon's name, and we see Leon walking across the stage with their, I think I saw National Honor Society. It might have been an International Baccalaureate. The one out here is white with the blue torch and stuff up there. And I think that's what I saw. I'm not sure. But she had a lot of cords and stoles and all that. They had a lot of cords and stoles and all of that. And we see Aspen walk and Mary's very emotional. I don't know how they call the names because one was called before the other. And I could have sworn A comes before any of the other letters that Mary's child identifies by. But that's the way they showed it. I wish we would have heard more about like that whole aspect of things as far as, you know, the graduation and the honors that they received and all of that than we did about this drama of this seat. But that's what they do. Next day, it's Saturday. And for some reason, Mary decides that after all of this time, after it now being the end of the school year and their child is soon going to leave, that they want to have a talk with their child about the decision that they made as far as surrogacy. And I'm like, who cares? We hear about how Leon prayed every night, asking for, you know, Mary to be blessed with the baby and how it's just not going to happen. They then draw this whole thing out, telling Leon that they're not going to do it. They say they don't want to force the in vitro thing, so it isn't happening. Mary's not being completely truthful, because Mary told us in one instance that she did not want to have the baby, but Cody said no. Here she's telling the child that she told us that she did want to have the baby, but Cody said no. Let's think about the no. Here she's telling the child that she didn't want to have the baby just because they were leaving, and that's kind of how, you know, she felt she was doing. And Leon says they don't understand, but they kind of knew that at this point this was the decision. Cody says that overall Leon took it well, and there's a lot of reasons why they're not doing it. I think one of the main ones is at this point y'all weren't really getting along, and I don't even think y'all were doing anything. He said that he wishes that they tried 15 years ago, and that at this age, it doesn't really make sense to do it. And what bothered me about that statement was Mary was close to that age 2 years before, and you suggested it. So why suggest it at all? He's full of crap. It was always a game. It was always a game. We then see the adults come over to Christine's to practice for this adult flash mob that they're going to do. Even though the kids ask them to please not dance, they're going to dance. And Janelle lets it be known she's not practicing because she wants to be no part of this mob. The adults have a good time while they're practicing. Mary's child walks in. They make it awkward. They then talk about outside and all that other stuff, try to throw them off. And that's the end of that. It's then the day of the party, and they have a lot to do. Decorations and cooking. And I thought at first that Christine did everything, but then I noticed that Mary did a lot as well. Maddie says that this graduation is a lot bigger than Logan's, but Mary goes all out. We meet some of their monogamous friends. We hear the first thing that Cody said to one of them is, how do you feel about having a bunch of polygs living at the opposite end of your cul-de-sac? These people always have to let everybody know, everyone that they come in contact with, what's going on. It's annoying to me. The neighbor says it's no business what y'all got going on, and just make sure you don't worry about what she has going on. She says it seems to work though. They support each other and they help each other. Leon is nervous. They just want people to show up. The party gets started at 4 and everybody seems to be having a good time. The graduates are happy. They then go up to a fortune teller. Aspen believes what she's told, which is she's told she won't have that big love until she has a career, and she'll want to contribute to the world before she has kids. That may be right, because as of now, we know she's career and family. Mary's child is told to stop second guessing yourself and getting everybody else's opinion for you. Christine says that's so ironic because Leon does this all the time, and she feels like Mystic Mona is legit. I'll leave the other parts out because it doesn't matter. The parents go into another room and they get dressed while Janelle distracts them with their fake gift. They turn around laughing and seeing their parents dance. The ladies got it, but Cody sucks. Aspen says she doesn't know why she was so against them dancing because this ended up being great and she loved it. And it was a cute moment. If I saw my parents dancing like that, I'd be laughing. I'd be, you know, quickly embarrassed. But as long as they look good and the other kids were enjoying it, it'd be all right. And it was cute. Moments like these really do make you have hope for the family. And moments like this back then did make me have hope. They have fun and they go back to the tarot reading where it gets real because it's now for the parents. Christine's told that she's surrounded by a lot of people, but there's a lot of loneliness here with you. She's encouraged to erase the loneliness and embrace something new to make this more meaningful. Christine says she saw my inner soul. Cody then tells her, well, you have looked like a victim for the past year. All the wives sit there with their mouths open. I can't believe that he felt that bold to tell her that she looked like a victim for the past year. There's no way he would get away with that with me. He said the great thing about this life is you can change your cards and you can change your start. Mary is told that she can inspire her family to do something amazing, that she chose this lifestyle and she's all in. She's told about some health things with a couple of kids. That isn't anything serious, but something they need to look at. If I were the type of person who would try to find something in that, I would wonder if she was talking about like kids as in all of their kids, since they're a plural family, or if she meant like something in terms of her child's identity. I don't know. Just, that's if I was reaching. I do believe that there are people who can look into the future and who are, certain things are revealed to them, but I don't play with that stuff. I don't want no parts of it, but I do believe it can happen. Cody keeps coming up in Janelle's cards, and Mystic Mona wants to know if they had a fight or something. Janelle says no. There's really no way to know, because considering how they lied about so much stuff, they could have had a fight. We wouldn't know. We hear then how Robin has always made things happen, and that she has the universe behind her. The blessings have been on her. When you're manipulative, a lot of things can happen for you. I'm just saying. She's then told there's no worry about money here. We know there's no worry about money here. That's part of the reason why she joined the family. She got a whole bunch of money by joining this family. We hear about how she's always learning to save money, and how she tucked it away, and how she always has money tucked somewhere. This is what Robin is telling us, but this is the same person who wasn't paying her bills and who admitted to not paying her bills. So I don't really believe that she had so much savings. Cody is told that he may have another wife, and the other moms aren't feeling that. The parents give the kids their gifts. We see a scrap photo book that Mary created for Leon. McKelty is made a beautiful blanket by Aspen. Mary then presents the blanket that they made for their child. I couldn't tell or not, but from my vantage point, it seemed like it was just pictures of their family. I didn't see a whole bunch of pictures of the other kids. You guys let me know if I just missed it. Christine feels like she's a better parent now than when she was younger. Mary's been struggling a lot this week, but she's happy for the kids. They've grown into great kids, and she's happy that they're finishing this chapter. And that is it for this. I really, if I'm being completely transparent, was very annoyed by that whole situation with Mary and Cody, because I do believe that it escalated into something that it didn't even need to escalate into. Mary throwing a tantrum and crying and stuff because she was worried about not seeing her kid when she could have did like what I suggested and just get up and go look. Cody getting all mad with her because she was frustrated, and because Robin came to him, even though we don't know if Robin was asked by Mary or she just took it upon herself. That annoyed me too, but it just shows where they were. You all, there were so many cracks within this family that I'm not sure if we were catching. I think we were letting it go just because of how they presented themselves. But instances like these show the true picture. You all let me know what you think. I'm on the road to 1,000. I like to get there sooner than later. Like if you haven't liked, make sure you leave something in the comment section. I really do enjoy reading the comments. Sometimes you guys give me a completely different perspective, and I love that. Until next time.